I had never directed the show and really was coming to it with very fresh eyes. I certainly know the score and love the score, and know the story and love the story, but wanted to make sure that we could approach Fiddler on the Roof for a Richmond audience in a way that would be very fresh and innovative.
One of the most exciting things about doing a production like this is I get to have a really great time making choreography that's much more organic, that comes out of the celebration and the sort of lifestyle of Jews at the turn of the century in Russia. So
it's a beautiful role. It's sort of a dream role for a character, man. It encompasses the dramatic side, the clown side, the expressive side. It's a beautiful role. It's an iconic role.
And this is my third regional production of Fiddler. The two other times I've done it, I was a bottle dancer, I was in the ensemble, I was Mendel, and I understudied Muttel both times. So this is my first time actually stepping up and playing the part, and I'm really excited. I get to have a wedding.
It's rare nowadays in theater to have a teenage role actually played by a teenager, and that's something I'm trying to harness while playing Hava and really play up my youthful side.
One of the things that was really important to me in leading this conversation was to make sure everybody brought a fresh vantage point to it.
Like every American Jew of a certain generation, I'm very connected to this. This is not some distant past for me. These are stories from my actual grandparents. And I told the cast the other day, my grandmother Nettie, because she lived in a certain section that was constantly being invaded by Russia or the Germans or Poles, spoke 5 languages and never kept to one in a sentence. So one sentence was Yiddish and Russian and Polish and English, and then some other language that was all her own.
The music it's beautiful. The sound of it, the lyrics are smart. I think no matter who you ask, if they even know a little bit about Fiddler on the Roof, they're going to know one of the songs.
And right now I'm exploring, trying to be authentic to the Jewish heritage, and as I get more comfortable with my lines and with what I'm doing with the role, then my personality will come through.
There's a lot of jumping and leaping and just very joyful dancing. It's very connected to something in the Jewish tradition. There's a word we use called ruach, which is spirit or heart. It has, like every other Yiddish Hebrew word, like 75,000 layers of meaning, but it's all from here. So
I love Muttel. I think that for a guy like me, sort of a young character man, it's a great role to play. He has so much heart, and he's just, through the whole show, he's driven by love, because he loves Seitel. And that's his motivation for everything. And
it's a story of community. It's a story of faith and community, and it's a story of a people who face adversity as a community and how change affects them. But ultimately, it's about faith and community, I think.
The Jewish tradition, the Jewish heritage for thousands of years has been filled with change. Frightening change, exhilarating change. And so this particular story tells the journey of this community, these Anatevka community, in the process of a very exciting and frightening change.
The whole aspect of these girls being different from everyone else and being looked down upon in their community at first. And so it takes a while for the community to accept them, and that's a big thing about life today. It's hard to be accepted sometimes when you're different. And that's something that many, many people can connect to in the story.
And by the end of the play, as the family moves on, the future is hopeful. We are optimistic and sometimes joyful. And I think that that's for us what the play and what the musical is about.